Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to LOA TCR Season 2. This is the finale, the final round. This is round 8 at Charlotte, races 15 and 16 for this season. And I'm delighted to say that tonight joining me on the Red Leather Late Night Chat Show Sofa of Doom is Jules and Chur. How are we both doing? You first, Jules.
I'm good. Looking forward to this. I like this track. It was a track that we first raced in the LOA officially as a league race, so...
Yeah.
History.
Yeah, very true. And I feel like it'll suit these cars quite well. What about you, Chur? How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm looking forward to this race. See who takes the championship.
How excited are you to be sitting on the Red Leather Late Night Chat Show Sofa of Doom?
It's a long time since I did last sit here, but we'll see how it goes.
Excellent stuff. Yeah, the moisture from last time was just about dried up, so fresh settee for you. Championship standings are on screen. Tight battle at the top. Anyone got any money on any of the drivers? What are your thoughts?
I mean, it could go either way between Murphy or Malarin. And then further down, you've got Ward showing well.
Yeah, and again, the story of what could have been for Russell. Russell right after his round one flight and antics, of course. He'd have been right up there with everyone. He's not racing tonight, though, of course. So I'll say, of course, he's not racing tonight. So that would have dented his championship challenge at the final hurdle, of course.
Got to shout Parker out as well. Good individual performances. Hasn't been able to string together what he probably would have wanted, but I'm sure he'll come back stronger next season.
Yeah, I think he's missed a couple of rounds as well, and he had a small potato to deal with from Snetterton onwards, so I think that's made some challenges, and of course Malarin with a fantastic pit manoeuvre at Long Beach didn't help things either.
I think Hoogovin will attest to how much a small potato will affect your championship performance.
Yeah, very true. Looking to the championship standings for the teams, and Murphy squad way out in front, I would believe that's too many points for No Slots, No Glory to close down. Wizards Fire Ruby sporting non-Wizards colours all season, hanging on in third there, so a good challenge for them. And then was it Stupid Guru in fourth? I didn't quite see it in time.
Yeah, and I think no Slots Glory got to be happy with what they're doing. It's a good, strong performance from them. Obviously, no one's going to catch the leaders. They're gone.
Yeah. No, I mean, 100% No Slots, No Glory, I think for me have been a real surprise, in a pleasant way, standout team. I don't know if Russell went into the season particularly expecting the performance that he's been able to put in, and Winslade's found pace throughout the season as well as we look towards the grid for today. And it's a surprise pole sitter for me, as it's Parker on pole there from Murphy, 600ths of a second, then it's Ward. I'll say down in third because we used to see him on P1, and then Cook in fourth. Maxwell round out the top 5, so again, good to see him finishing out the season with some strong qualifying performances, and let's hope that converts. Chalcraft is P6, and then Langridge, good showing for him in P7. Kynan Jones P8, and then Clayton Bull. I think it's Clayton's first race tonight, so welcome. And to his teammate Daniel Bond, so welcome to you both. Welcome to the LOA.
Yeah.
Paul's teammate Gavin Kelly, P11 there, and then Malarin, championship contender, way down in 12th. Love to know the story of that, what's happened in qualifying. Forrester in 13th, Winslade in 14th, and then in 15th, which is where I'll stop jabbering. Rounding out the points, if they stayed in this order, would be Dan LaHaye. What were you going to say there, Jules, before?
Forget, no?
Excellent stuff. This is how you know it's going to be a good round of comms.
Thoughts come into the head,
carry on.
They go away.
Yeah, indeed. In one ear, out the other one. Steve Pepper was 19th there, School in 20th, and Rich Meesters. It says -1 lap, so I've never seen that in qualifying before.
That's impressive, yeah.
Rich Meesters
maybe
a lap down in quali.
Maybe he went backwards.
Indeed, maybe he did. So I can hear engine notes. Look at them, they're gridding up around the chicane there at Charlotte Roval.
That's a jump start
might be.
there.
Oh, I think that was Ward.
Yeah, it looked like the guy in third, yeah. Yep. It's confirmed. Jump start for David Ward.
That's a disaster for him to start the race. But here we go, they are away, and here is, I think Malarin's going into this lead, isn't he? So this is championship leader Malarin, starting from 12th, already up to 7th. That's staying on the standings down at the bottom there on the overlay. And it's Cook up to 3rd. So I think jumped Ward there. I think Cook started in 4th, didn't he? And his Parker stretching his legs a little bit. 7/10 at the front, away from Murphy, so must have converted off the line pretty well. Malarin is making an absolute storm through the field here.
Yeah, and where's everybody else gone? It's that Audi start, the legendary Audi start.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought the BOP the cars to be pretty similar, but those Audis are definitely pulling off the line, aren't they? That's unreal. Maxwell's losing a couple of positions there by the looks of it.
I remembered what I was going to say. I was
Starcraft
going to
was
say
good,
that they were a team of llamas. So we now have camels and llamas and wizards.
Ah, excellent. All the mystical beasts on the group.
Yeah.
Because we all know there is no such thing as a camel or a llama.
Seems to be a lot of repairs
Story?
going on.
Yeah, I think there must have been some shenanigans. What do you mean there's no such thing as a camel?
Right. Well, after all, mystical beasts, right? Because either
Saying
there
the camels
exists
aren't mystical enough for you?
well, you know, I don't know. Because is there such a thing as a wizard in real life? You ever actually seen one?
That's the thing about wizards, right? You never see them.
They hide in the
They're
What
towers.
you're saying is that you actually are a wizard.
Looking towards the front and the gap has closed up. Parker pulled a bit of a lead on the first few corners, but Murphy has seen to that pretty quickly, and Cook is all over Murphy's gearbox as well there, right up the exhaust pipe, so it's a bit of a breakaway for the top three at the front here.
Indeed.
So Murphy kind of sniffed a little bit up the inside there, but I think just a distraction technique more than anything, eh?
Looks like it. And then, yeah, Malaren's now broken through the rest of the pack and is pursuing this lead three.
Yeah, so it'll be Murphy who Malaren's looking towards, of course, so just shy of a 2-second gap as it stands. We know in these bricks that the slipstream makes quite a big difference, so I'm not sure if Malaren's going to be able to bridge that gap at this point, but obviously we'll watch intently throughout to see how it does go down, because we've got Maxwell now in a llama sandwich.
Do indeed.
Hopefully no drama for the llamas.
Or rather, we've made a Maxwell sandwich out of llamas.
That's true. That's true. I always get that the wrong way around. Maxwell's been shuffled here, and Language I think had a bit of a slow chicane, and that's actually bought Maxwell more than anything. So he's about to drop a position. That's a new number for me to learn 142. I think that one is.
Oh, he's off.
Oh, where's he gone?
Ow.
Oh,
That
that's an
sounds
engine
like,
blowing
yeah,
up.
that
That's
engine's
a big
gone.
one.
I was going to say, I like the
What happened there?
livery.
I'll be honest. I was looking down at the battle box, so I didn't actually see what happened with the contacts. Can either of you help me out?
It
there?
looked like he just went wide, so maybe he went over the curbs and into the wall. Perhaps he went too hot into the chicane.
Don't think there's much in the ways of contact, so
Was it a breaking on the grass scenario?
I'm actually not sure.
Maybe like you say, just the bump.
I think,
perhaps.
yeah, it looked like he took it too much speed, and then had to escape from the track. But
I see.
lights are on as we are racing into the evening in this round.
Yeah, absolutely. This first of the two races will be kind of sunset o'clock, and race 2, therefore, I think means it starts completely under pitch black. So thankfully we've got the street light in here at Charlotte, otherwise it'd be quite a dark affair.
Yeah,
Red Bull Ring, did we race towards the sunset? Can't quite remember.
probably. Oh,
Maybe.
it's
Bit of a move
Forrester.
here from Forrester. Looked like a nice little cross under, but is not yielded. Isn't James Renwick? And there's a little bit of hip and shoulder. I think that was all fair enough, and it looks like Forrester's actually going to get the move done there. Possibly a slowdown for Renwick. He seemed to kind of pull over and ease off a bit.
Indeed. Fastest lap of the race for Parker. Slightly getting
Jesus.
away from
What's he
Murphy.
been on today? These are not sentences we're used to saying in this series.
Oh, there's his teammate getting involved.
Oh, 3 wide across the line. 75, that's Simon Geimer.
Yep.
Kelly up the inside. Looks like that's going to stick. Nice job. Renwick can try and follow it through, I reckon. Doesn't quite pull it off. Nice move there for Kelly.
Yeah, Geimer getting involved here. We know he likes the wet. We found that out in the F4. See how he likes the touring cars.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh,
What
that
are your two
gap's
thoughts on the
gone.
weather so far?
Yeah, I'm
Yes,
enjoying it.
Yeah, it's basically bub
Need
drop.
to practice more, but yeah, that gap that was 6/10 is now 1/10.
Yeah, definitely not 6/10. Parker felt the need to sort of run a bit of a defensive line there, maybe just trying to break the toe and see if Alex would bite, but he didn't.
I don't know where the limit is there on that coming out of that chicane. It seems you can use all of
There is
that
no
red,
limit.
red, white, and blue.
Yes. Yeah, I think the slowdown is only if you stay right down on the apron around this bit, so I think you can actually run below the blue line there, but gentleman's agreement that the guys are not doing.
You can ride the curbs,
Yeah,
certainly.
track limits are... Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, track limits are somewhat loose around this track.
Well, Murphy took the fastest lap, but only briefly as Malarin scoops it up as he looks to close that 2-second gap to the leaders. And Ward here recovering from his pits, his jump start penalty.
So he's got himself back into points at that. That's 14th place for him now, but yeah, it'll be rude because he was kind of sniffing around still being in the championship battle. I think between Ward, Bright and Parker is like the real battle for third. So to get back into points, and he's getting close towards that reverse grid position as well. So
yeah, that would be a target, I imagine, in his position. Here comes Murphy.
Murphy looks like he's underneath there. I think Parker was a little bit wide there. Looked like a really high up to the wall. So it's going to be moved done. Parker was actually just about to slot in, so I'm not sure if he lifted or if Murphy just had that much more speed there. And Maxwell again is hung out by a llama. This feels like twice we've seen him on the high line with a llama underneath him.
So Murphy currently leading the standings with these positions as they are.
Race 2 to come, of course, as well. What do you think the mindset is especially for the two leading championship guys going into this? Do you think it's play it safe, or do you think it's just got to be eyes forward, win, win, win?
Yeah, I think both of them. They've got to be concentrating. I've got to finish ahead of the other guy, and I've got to do what I can to do that. So Lauren takes another purple. I mean, we know what his mindset is here. He's purple all the way.
I thought Smurfs were usually blue rather than purple. But...
Oh yeah.
This is some common misconception.
It's a trick of the light sparks there. It's like Kelly clipped the wall.
Yeah, Kelly is the next, I'd say victim, but the next target at least for Ward in his gun sights in front of him. I think there's been a jump start for the leading championship 5 at some point. So Ward's done it today. I think Parker did it at Hockenheim. Sean Malaren had one in the season earlier, did he as well? Maybe that was a different one.
Long Beach, wasn't it?
Yes, yeah, I think you might be right there. Yeah, so I don't know now off the top of my head if Bright has had one, but he went flying instead, so maybe that was his self-sabotage instead of a jump start. But yeah, sort of, I think Murphy's the only one that's kept the starts clean at least.
Neat little move there from Malarin to dispose Cook. Made it look easy through the hairpin. Sorry, the chicane.
It's tight enough that it feel like a hairpin at times though.
It's like,
looks like Kelly had to skip the chicane that time.
Kelly took the escape there.
Slow down pretty nasty across there. Is it quite a bad one?
All the slowdowns are nasty.
Well, yeah, true.
Unless you're in a car that's slow enough that it serves itself.
Or in the wet.
Yes.
The wet weather's great for that.
But yeah, no, you asked about the wet
there's
weather.
wind slide up the inside.
Crunch.
Absolutely diving up the inside of Maxwell there. It's all crossed up on the way in, but everyone's managed to gather it together. A healthy amount of right foot usually does the trick in the front wheel drive there. I think everyone maybe lucky to live to fight another day on that one.
Slade does enjoy these
Stay
cars.
as they were. Yeah, absolutely. More so through the season as well. I think, as we were saying at the start, the pace is found through the season. I think definitely helps the enjoyment levels.
Whoa, door-to-door contact
maybe a
there.
bit less so now. Dive and a half, it looked like from the outboard, but it got up, so it was side-by-side contact. So yeah, not entirely sure what to make of that one. It looks like Ward has not only got past Kelly as he was forced to cut the chicane there, but is now jumped straight onto the back of Forrester and he's got past Guy, or is it that Kelly's dropped behind Guy?
I imagine, yeah, the slowdown did for Kelly there. This looks like he's coming back at him.
It does, almost pushing Guy around the bankings there. These cars used to be great for bump draft, and then I think they patched them and suddenly it was bump draft murder, so not sure if anyone actually wants to try it anymore. And what's the phrase? Something about effing about and finding out?
Indeed. Something you don't want to do mid-race.
It never works out.
No. Oh, that must be a slowdown for Maxwell. There's a four-wheeled hop. See if the gap opens up a bit there. Yeah. I don't think he's got a slowdown out of it. It doesn't really seem to drop him back that much.
I think he is.
The battle box was saying the gap was opening up, but visually it looked like there was still holding.
He's dropped back behind Winslade now.
Ah, yeah.
Served it then. Yeah, Bond's doing well. He's the top of the llamas.
And is he top of the beast as well? Where are the camels running? Pepper 12.
We've got more than 20 cars, so we don't see everybody.
Yeah, that's true. Maxwell absolutely forcing his way up the inside there. Got the move done nicely. Got more side-by-side action. This is Kelly on the outside of Guyman, so looking to get that position back. So we saw Kelly tucked up last lap, didn't manage to get it done. So they're going to be side-by-side around the bank, and again a little bit door-to-door, a bit side drafting maybe. Trying to slow down Guymer.
Yeah, he's going the long way around, so he needs a bit of that side draft.
Yeah, absolutely. Just trying to slow down the car on the inside. It looks like it's made it work. Nice job. Oh, and that's also Chalcroft around the outside of Renwick on the way in. I paused mid-sentence there because it looked like Chalcroft were coming in sideways, but yeah, same thing. Managed to scoop it all up and pop out the other side. So two nice jobs in one corner there. But the front has opened up massively since Murphy got past Parker, so it was the cork in the bottle there, it looked like.
I think he just did about half a second quicker and a purple as well, so yeah, he's found the tyres have warmed up, he's got the pace.
Ah, that was a good radio message from Parker came through there. Thank you to the subtitlist for queuing us in with silence. Might have just been an acknowledgement of a blue flag letting pass perhaps.
Possibly, yeah. Well, there's certainly a lot of action going on all through the field. I find this is what you find with these Rovals, because they have the little infield section, but then they have this massive, great big slipstream banking. So you tend to get battles continuing and people repassing each other, more so than you go on other tracks.
Reminds me of the F4 Spa effect from earlier in the season.
Just get in trainer cars and get passed or repassed all the time, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Like you could get past the guy in front of you and then got to the straight and and suddenly you just find out you're towing him along. Not only are you towing along, you're towing 3 cars behind you along as well, and you all get past you.
Yeah, indeed. And if you try and make a move and it goes wrong and then everybody gets past you. Looked like Murphy just did another purple, but Parker looked like he was only a 10th off, so it seems that the pace is being matched now at the front.
Oh, brave move from Ward, and he manages to make it happen. I just realised I was trying to think of who position 11 RIC was, but it's Dan LaHaye, isn't it? Having in a name swap mid-season.
Yeah, it's not
Ward around the outside of Dan there. Yeah, well, that's what I thought. Like, is Daniel Ricciardo joins us for the round? But yeah, Ward around the outside of Dan LaHaye there into the final chicane. That was a brave move and nearly paid the price as there was a bit of hip and shoulder, but manages to get the move done, and that's top 10 for Ward now, so even more points on the board. And it looks like we're on the final lap as well, so we're just going into the backstretch chicane. Kelly all over the grass trying to make a move on Forrester here.
We know he likes to use the flowers and the grass when he has to.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. Flower munch at Long Beach, didn't he? As Murphy is just heading into the final chicane now. There's about a second and a bit gap back to Parker, so nothing that'll be able to be dived on the brakes. And here he is, Murphy across the line for race 15, the first race of the evening, taking the checkered flag and probably taking the championship lead at that as well, going into the final round. And Malarine's managed to get Oh no, he's already got P3, wasn't he? In front of Cook. I had in my mind it was P4. So yeah, Murphy, Parker, Mallarine, Cook, and then it's going to be kind of Jones at the top 5 there. Nice job for him. Bond in 6th, and then Winslade in 7th. That's a great result for him. Again, for No Slots, No Glory. Here is most of what I've just said, plus a few more on the screen. Any key points from that one for you two?
Yeah, we just had the last update on the top 5 in the top of the screen, and yeah, Murphy leading currently with Mallara a few points behind. But yeah, it's Murphy's to lose as it stands. But yeah, that was good. I enjoyed that. Nice, good racing there.
Has a lot of battles going on.
Do you enjoy the track?
Seems like the championship. The track now. I don't like the long straights. I don't like the part of the slipstream mania.
If you just like to run and
makes
ride.
racing great. Yes. I feel like that it makes stuff better.
We don't like the drivers being comfortable. We'd rather have entertaining races for the viewers.
Got to be the way, right? Got to make these drivers earn their money.
Yeah, and it feels better when you're finished. You know, you might like be stressed when you're not, but when you finish, it's great. So Langridge got there, the pole for the reverse.
Yeah, so top 8 it must have been, because we saw Winslade come across in 7th, so it takes up P2. It's Daniel Bond starting P3 in his first round with the LOA, and Kynan Jones in P4. It'll be John Cook rounding out the top 5 there in 5th position. So it's table's turn. It's going to be Malaren starting in front of his championship rival for this one. He's in P6. He's got Parker in between him and Murphy there in 8th. And then the rest of them should be as they finish. So it'll be Maxwell and then Ward rounding out the top 10. And Ward, of course, will be looking for a better start, at least a better from lights to T1 than what happened in the first race.
Yeah, it's an odd mistake, but yeah, drivers do seem to make it quite often.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was just about to say. Like, it's surprising to see that, because we're not seeing him struggle in any way. He's not really mentioned his starts or anything, but like we said, it's also he's not the only one of the front 5 championship runners that have managed to do that this season. So,
I mean, I've done it loads of times, and it's just that you see the red light come on you, and that just triggers your foot, and you're like, oh, yeah, I shouldn't have done that.
I think Parker was saying after Hockenheim, for him it was the fact that he was having to look at a number down the bottom left, and something on his screen flickered, and so he thought the lights had gone, but it wasn't the lights, so it was just a jump start.
That's the problem with the Elantra. You do have to look at a number on a screen.
You need like 7 arms to make everything happen, right?
Alright, so there's the top 5. So we've got 11 points for Murphy over Malaren.
Parker and Ward are out of it. And here we go then, green lights and they're away. Kelly's still not spotting a number on the back of his car, and he's had a pretty horrendous start by the looks of it. I think he was slightly on the corner there. So look to the standings board. Cook looks to be dropping down. Parker's dropping down a couple. Malaren's up 1. Still focused on Kelly. Still not got a number on the back of his car. It looks like they've all made it through the opening corners. And we're still looking at the midfield. Here's where all the action's going to happen. We've got Kynan Jones needing a repair, and he's dropping down the order, but we've not seen anything. I think, is that him to the outside there? I wonder what's happening there, because the car's still moving. And here we are back toward the front, and Malaren again looks to have... Has he made up positions? Maybe just held line where he was, but it suddenly looked like he was massively up the order there. Winslade's into the lead. Nice.
Right, he's pounced already on Langridge. I wouldn't put it past him. I say he's got pace in these cars.
That'll be a popular result for the end of the season if that were to come off. And all the guys running right up to the wall there. A couple of sparks flying off a few of the cars. And Ward, just sniffing underneath Maxwell. Looks like a little bit of contact there. Well, there was some overlap, but not quite enough for Maxwell to kind of open the door and leave him space. Looks like they're all going to slot in. Oh no, Ward's going to look again, so he pulls out. Gets in on the race.
The car is completely destroyed and they made a pit.
Someone's crossed the chicane in the wall. Murphy's slow there on the exit as well. Looks like he's just cut the chicane. So, a lot happening in the chicane there. Looks like someone's reporting damage too.
Yeah, Jones, I think, was reporting damage there and all of that. So that would have been what happened earlier in the lap.
Yeah, Dan LaHaye's down on the on the blue line, maybe serving a slowdown there with the way he's trying to get out of the way, but also not get a further slowdown for being too low down. So, a horrendous first lap for Murphy. What on earth has happened there? And that's actually put him down into P2 in the championship. You can see at the top left there, but he's back underneath one of the llamas, trying to make that happen.
It's Silverstone in the F4 all over again.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to come down to this final race. It's going to come down to the last few laps, I reckon. Malaren's up to 4th, and that is a camel. That's James Pepper now that Murphy's behind. Pepper's also trying to look at Daniel Bond in the llama, though. So it is llama on camel action. Finally, the zoo.
Battle of the Beasts.
I'll just stop that train of thought, I think.
Well, I mean, I think it's going to carry on because we're going to have Team Stabby Goose next season, so it's going to be geese versus camels versus llamas.
With the wizards keeping them all in check.
Indeed.
Excellent stuff. Langridge holding on to Winslade at the front, about 4/10, and Parker also right up behind Langridge as well. So top 3 separated by about a second, with Malaren not far behind them either. As we've got the llama up the inside of the camel is going into chicane, and the other llama up the inside of Renwick. Not quite going to follow that, see how it concludes. Murphy just doing his best to try and find a gap on either of them. So Pepper sniffing all over the back of Bond, but not managing to make a move so far. Same thing for Langridge, looking over the back of Winslade here. So they go curb hopping through the final few corners. That looked like a better run for Parker, and is indeed looking to the inside. Is there any overlap? Looks looks like Language has just left him room. Wonder if we'll see any multi-21 going on here, as the two teammates are line astern. Immediately!
That was
Malaren's
pre-planned. So that puts Malaren in 401 with Murphy on 397 as it stands. Yep, Murphy's past Pepper.
as well.
Flashes going on.
Language flashing.
Inter-teammate flashes.
Indeed, Language cheering his teammate on. Here's Murphy then. Oh, looking. Is that enough to put one off? It looks like it might have done. There's a bit of side by side. Is around the outside though is Murphy, so we'll have to again look to the standings board to see if he pulls that one off. Looks like he has.
Looks like he's
Murphy
clear.
showing in 7th, Bond down in 8th.
Back in the lead of the championship by 1 point.
Oh goodness. All these single positions making such a difference as we've got Parker basically pushing Winslade through the chicane here. So it didn't take him much time to catch up onto the back of him. And Malaren possibly being pushed along by his teammate a bit, bump drafting to help him along. A bit clipping the wall on the outside, a llama underneath him. Oh, don't know if he was pushed down there or went down there by choice, but there's contact anyway, as it was Bond, wasn't it, trying to come back up onto the track and then made contact there. What did you think of that? Was he being held down there, or did he sort of just drive down there of his own accord?
I mean, it looked like he got stuck down there. He didn't get let back up, but then, I don't know, did Pepper need to let him back on the track? He could have, I guess, dropped back a bit. It's a difficult one.
Yeah, it's a tricky one really, isn't it?
I mean,
It's
I
on
would
the
give it
car
a
of
bit
the
of
track
space.
to make an easy re-entry, right? But going at those speeds, maybe you should be accommodating.
Yeah, I'd normally try and avoid an accident by letting them back on track if they're down there, but maybe Pepper didn't even see him.
Yeah, possibly.
So Malaren has caught Parker, and Winslade is actually getting a little bit away.
Yeah, I think maybe a mistake there for Parker in that last lap, as it looks like Language might have meatballed off a wall. He wasn't really racing with anyone, he was just tucked in behind his teammate, so possibly coming proper on the concrete. And that's Cook looking underneath Chalbrough though. Looks like he got a better run out of the. Is that turn 6 coming onto the Roval there, or the oval section, or am I getting my Daytona corner numbers included on the track? Malaren is all over the back of Parker. Parker's definitely dropped back off Winslade there. Yeah, pushing Cook through the chicane, but then lost a little bit on exit there. Looks a bit like race 1 again here, where Parker sort of started strong and then seems to be falling away a bit as the race is progressing. We've now got Forrester underneath Renwick. I feel like we saw these two battling earlier in the race, so...
Indeed, Murphy's made up another place, so that's given him another 4 points over the...
Whoa, where did he...
Malaren in a bit late, but he's through and neither of them are off the track. Parker's coming back at him though.
Coming in hot.
Parker is not happy. He's still at it.
Back in
Gearbox
underneath.
is gone.
Oh, more hip and shoulder. And Forrester's managed to do a gearbox. I don't think we've seen that so far this season.
I didn't know you could do a gearbox in iRacing.
That's not on tour.
Yep.
Seem happy up at front.
Angry
I think he said
words.
that's not on as opposed to passing it on, but...
Yeah, I was a
Maybe we
bit
need to pay the
of
subtitle
confused there
monkeys a bit
about
more.
what he was passing on, but yeah, I think you're right. Subtitles are wrong perhaps.
So Malaren got Winslade in his sights now then for the win. That would be quite some way to finish the season if that was a victory on championship as well. I'll be interested to see when the live points comes back up on screen. Oh, that really hooked up for Dan LaHaye coming around the corner there, and they were spatting straight into the left-hand wall. That's lost his momentum as Bond's now all over the back of him. But yeah, interested to see how that change of position plus Murphy's rise through the order, what that's actually done now
Indeed.
to the standings.
Yeah, I mean, both of them still got to finish as high as possible, so Malaren's got to get the win, and Murphy's got to get Maxwell and Ward if he can.
And max points as well, which is helping his cause. He's just got fastest lap as well, he just went purple, so watch this space.
See if Malaren can catch Winslade here. But Parker hasn't done with yet, so it's not over.
Yeah, I mean, 3/10 from Malaren to Winslade that's taken out of it since kind of the back straight last lap, so looks to have a bit of pace over him.
Thing is, the one thing about Winslade is that he's always 100%. He won't let someone by, he won't think about the long game. He'll fight every millimetre of the track. And Malarin is just as uncompromising, so it'll be interesting if he catches him.
What could
Maybe
go
battle
wrong,
with the
right?
door bangs it might come down to. Yeah, well, exactly. What could go wrong?
I have discussions with him in the prime commentary, trying to discuss driver motivations. He just doesn't get somebody moving over and following someone else to, like, you know, catch the leader or something. He says you've got to fight for every position. You can't give it up.
Does he fight for his right to party as well?
He does. You know, he is a party animal. Yeah.
Parker closing that gap back down then, down to 2 3/10 going into the final chicane. Award's right there as well, so yeah, definitely making amends for race 1.
And yeah, I mean, Winslade is matching the pace, so Malarin is not catching Winslade.
Winslade definitely not up there by fluke, is doing what he needs to do up there. There's a bit of contact there across the nose. A little bit of a
side by side, and they're still
check,
bumping.
yeah, side by side.
They're still touching each other.
Hands touching me, touching you or something, reaching out.
Looks like
And Parker's back through.
Parker is back ahead, yeah.
So, 2 changes for P2. Neither of them particularly pretty. And that's Ward going to be underneath Malarin as well. It looks like Parker might have front end damage from that as well. Looks like there's a front left might be caved in.
I think that puts Murphy back in the lead. Well, that's a big jump, is that
Wow, a
accurate?
lot of points now.
Yeah, that must be a technical glitch. We were 2 or 3 points in it before, so yeah, definitely a 1 move or 2 move swing. We've done that, no problems. We'll just start counting on our fingers. I'll take my socks off, get toes involved. So now we've got the battle for P2 and P3 on track, which might be the battle for 3rd in the championship between these two. I didn't note to look at it when the live standards were up because it doesn't matter as much of the championship win, but yeah, so these two will be battling for P3 now in the championship.
These two are battling for the last couple of points. Or these 3, I should say.
Seem to remember there being quite a few battles between Renwick and Kelly through the season, was there not? So again, nice to see them in the final round still fighting together.
Yep. It's close. Malarin's watching brief, and then Maxwell trying to hold off Murphy still.
So what do you think? Question for you especially, too, I think, going into this one. So will the guys that are fighting for the championship, will they have done the maths before it? Do they know where they need to finish, do you reckon, going into it? Or do you think they're just racing the track, racing the guys around them?
One should know where you should finish, but that doesn't really help when you're there.
Yeah. A lot
You're
of moving
racing
parts
anyone
trying to keep
anyways.
track of as well.
I figure you might work it out for the first race, but then the result of the first race is going to affect the second one, so you're going to have no idea because it's only like 5 minutes between the races.
Yeah.
So you might know the first race, but I don't think you'd have a chance in the second one unless you're very good at maths. And you've got
There's some
photographic
spreadsheet
memory.
action going on.
Yeah. Quickly jump it in the spreadsheet and update the values.
Yeah, so many moving parts stuff. So we've got Murphy coming up through the order, although it looks a bit stuck behind Maxwell at the minute, and then obviously Malarin's go up and down the order as it stands. So yeah, unless you can hook up your spreadsheet to Race Labs or something similar, you're still trying to do the mental maths on the fly.
I think it's easier just to win, then you know you've done all you can.
Well, yeah, winning always helps.
It's like Ward had a little sniff at Parker into T2 there. Is it T2 or T3? I don't know, it's too many. It's a bend, so I read to say that with T2,
Yeah,
the right-hander.
Right-hander should
Based
not.
on the
Should be T3 now.
I mean, based on the usual method of like American style track numbering, I'm sure that's 10 by then.
Yeah,
Most likely.
Sometimes they count the corner, sometimes they don't.
Sometimes they count it thrice.
Oh, massive hop for Parker over the curve there. Jeez Louise, someone get that man a new suspension.
It's giving Ward a run though.
Yeah, absolutely. Might get the overlap to get into the chicane here. It does indeed. So the side by side into chicane. no yielding from either of them. Looking for a crossback maybe for Ward, but doesn't actually keep momentum around the outside. I'm surprised by that. Thought he'd get a good run around the outside. Maybe just tightens up too much on the exit there. Ward's looking back underneath, going through T1. And the line's right on the back of them again. 2. Oh, he sent the same move at the inside. They're both sideways. There's more contact. Marcus pushed wide. And Ward gets the position. Malarin's back through as well. 3 wide in the background, and that's Murphy now up to 5th position for good measure. So more championship implications going on. Marcus still sniffing in the back of Murphy there. Oh, that's not pretty.
A little kiss. Just a little kiss there.
It's all it takes.
Yeah, there's been a bit of door-to-door contact, pretty much more than usual in this race. As the championship has updated once more, Malarin currently 1 point ahead of Murphy.
By a point.
And
Where
Ward
is
is getting the
Murphy?
run.
Okay, so that would put Murphy back in the championship lead.
And Murphy's sitting behind his teammate. Is he going to let him by? Meanwhile, bottom left. Let's take nothing away from this. In the final round, it is Winslade for the win.
Malarin's
And
come
what's
back.
happening for P2? Oh, they're in the wall.
That's three
It's
across the line.
Malarin.
Malarin, he got past second.
Murphy's dropped from the position to Chalcraft.
He has.
What has happened on that final stretch? Because Murphy was behind his teammate Cook, so I thought Cook was going to drop back. But instead what's happened is Murphy's lost another position to Chalcraft there.
Yeah, only before
See Barney
that,
frantically waving.
he was winning the title until the chicane, because Malarin was behind Ward. Crazy.
We need some replay monkeys.
Yeah.
Find some peanuts. Goodness me, what a finale that was.
Well, congratulations,
There is
Winslade.
the-
Gareth Winslade.
Yeah, exactly.
I think that's his
100%,
first TCR win, is that?
Yeah, I think it probably is, and it's just unfortunate for him that he's not going to be the talking point of the round because of all the other shenanigans that have just gone on, especially in that final lap with the championship kangarooing that's just gone on. Parker's ended up out of the points, his 17th there, so that'll, I think on the live points that was him losing P3 in the championship. Wow.
It's a lot to take
Want
in.
fireworks? We'll give you fireworks.
Yeah, that certainly was fireworks. Need to see the final standings so we can get it confirmed.
Yeah, absolutely, and I presume that those live standings that we've seen throughout the race were with drop downs taken into account as well. I think both, like the leading guys. There you go, it is confirmed.
And there is fireworks.
Congratulations to Joe Malari. There are the fireworks. Season 2 TCR Championship for the guy that said he hates the cars and has done 1 lap of practice per round. Maybe he did a bit more towards the end there. Parker does hop bright at least into the top 5 position, like into P4. But it was Murphy at the last gasp in the final lap. Had it snatched away from him. Ward maintained his third that he came into the final round with. Maxwell and Cook moved up a position.
That was
top
Winslade,
15.
wasn't it? Moving him to 10th with that win.
Was it?
Yeah.
Excellent. We'll focus on the top 15 because they're the guys that normally score points within the races. Ettridge. When was the last time we even saw Ettridge on track? How has he managed to get top 15?
Or Greening.
Same for
Greening
Essing
was
as well.
higher.
It's risky
Yeah.
if they score point whatever they do.
They do. They really do. Worth a quick shout out to the number of drivers that score points in the league this season, i.e. the number of people that raced at some point. Been a fantastic turnout for this one. Hope it continues into the rebranded next season, which will of course be called LOA Sprint Season 1. We've got 37 drivers having scored points. We know that Lewis McManaman has raced. I think Ben did early on as well. We've missed him for a few rounds. So at least 39 drivers as the overall standings keep flicking through. Any highlights throughout the season for either of you? Any favourite races?
I mean, that was a corker.
One way it ended.
Yes.
I feel like the entire season has been really close. And I think it also shows in the championship with a lot of battles up and down.
Yeah, absolutely. Racing throughout, like basically every single round, every single track, hasn't it? It's been super tight. It was more surprising, I think, in the first race here tonight that it kind of split off into a few kind of sub battles. But yeah, like someone's found someone to race with every single round, and
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. Everywhere you look, there's cars battling each other. So yeah, that will continue.
well, yeah, that is going to round out the season basically. So congratulations again to McLaren, and we didn't mention it because they'd already won going into it on the Murphy squad for the team's victory as well. I don't believe they're going to be a team going into next season, are they? As Murphy is not going to be able to race as many rounds. Am I right in saying?
Yeah, I believe that's the case. So yeah, but he changes team every season.
Yeah.
I think there's some insider info he will be putting on his pointy hat.
Another wizard.
It's only speculation.
Another captive. I hear there might be a further surprising member to the Wizards team, possibly in the Endurance League. Is that right?
For a few.
Certain rabbit comes to mind. Excellent.
Oh yeah, no, I think
Right, well,
Battle of the Ollies is on.
go on. Yeah, once again. Well, that's going to round us out for this one then. So TCR Season 2, and therefore, for the short term at least, the final TCR season as we know it. Thank you to everyone who has tuned in at some point throughout the season. Thank you to everyone that's joined me in the booth at some point throughout the season as well. Don't forget, if you want to come and join us in the racing, basically all the links to do that are down below, but the Discord is the best way to get in touch with one of us and start chatting and do the rest from there. Any final thoughts, Jules?
No, looking forward to seeing carrying on in the sprint season.
Excellent stuff. Anything from you, Cho?
And now I just want to thank everyone and hope we'll see as big a participation for next one.
Yeah, absolutely. Congratulations again to our individual champion and to the team's champions as well. And from me, it's goodbye. From Jules, it's a...
See you later.
And from Cho, it's a...
Goodbye.
Ciao for now, everyone. Bye.